Whoa! Slashing damage!
Hey kids, it's Mark Miller here. Roy's not going to be on the show today. We will see him, I think, tomorrow. Let me get my volume up here, make sure it's okay. Look, levels look okay there. They look okay over there. Maybe a little too high. Check. All right. So we're on our own today. I'm just in the process of checking in a code from last, I think, Friday. The big thing there is we had added these asynchronous calls inside of there. And I think we'll start in there today. We'll work in dice sounds, get some asynchronous, more calls for doing playback on the dice. And then I think we'll move over to C#. So that's my plan for today. There's my commit. And let's get to my top monitor and view there. There we go, right there. And there's two things that are on my mind that I want to change. One is when we roll damage. Let's do a great axe attack here. We're telling the number on the die.
19 hits, 7 slashing damage.
I think I want to change that. So we just heard 19 hit, pause, 7 slashing damage. That. I want to say width right here. And I want this to be changing to the total damage. I don't mind the 19. I'm not sure if I want to say +8. Maybe I do. Let's play with that. 19 plus 8, hit, width, and then change this to the total damage, slashing damage. I think that's what I want to do. Okay, so I think I've got plus already recorded. Into the gorilla. Coding Gorilla, glad you're here with us today. Roy's not here today. He's going to be back with us tomorrow. I think I got plus in here. There it is right there. I got 3 pluses. Oh, and I got the width already recorded. Sweet. So, cool. Okay, well then, I'll see you tomorrow. Flame Creations, rawr, 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 rawr. I like that icon a lot. The rawr icon. That is your own custom icon, isn't that, Flame Creations? I want to, if you have a high-res version of that icon, I want to use that as the foundation for your fanfare. I can kind of fake it a little bit with the icon that I'm seeing inside there, the emoticon. Whoops. Did I totally take the wrong screenshot? I did. Wrong monitor. What kind of res? Yeah, I want something high, like high res, like at least 500 by 500 if you got it. Higher if you got it. Yeah, I can kind of make something based on this too. But if you've got it already, get that to me and I'll totally bring that in. I'll light it up on fire. It'll look great, I think. If you got something like that. Okay. Yeah, that's super easy to do. All right, so I want to get the with in there. I want to get the plus in there. That's what I need to do. Play attack commentary with damage sync, with damage async. So what is this doing? Play sound file. This is the, we're going to do this instead. But if it's max damage or we have this, we're going to say some sort of commentary on how much damage was hit. That's not actually ever telling you what the total number is, right? Yeah, we're not actually sending that out. Play successful attack commentary async. So we're just going to use a critical hit if there's some damage specified, or we just do the regular hit. Okay, still, play attack company, play number async. Where's the damage thrown out? Did I miss it? Total damage. Where are you throwing total damage? We're not actually saying it. Are we just not calling this? I'm like wondering, am I in the wrong place? This looks and feels right. Ah, there it is, right there. So then I want to do right here, like an await this dot play. What do I have? A play sound file async. There it is. And the sound file is going to be, we need to get to wait, is what we need to do. So it's going to be, I'm sorry, with, rather. It's announcer numbers with something like that. Announcer numbers. And there are 4 widths. So width of 4. So doing that should say this right here, then the word width, and then our damage. Async. The damage summary is, I think, what we want to work with. And I think the plus, we were talking about adding the word plus between there for multiple damage types. And I think we actually did that. Let's look at that. So here's our for loop. Yeah, we're going to throw out the plus between that. So to demonstrate that, we'll demonstrate that. Let's go over here to Miles, Spells, Ice Storm. He's got 2 different kinds of damage here. Bludgeoning and cold.
11 bludgeoning damage plus 12 cold damage.
Okay, that's kind of cool. So that plus is working there. That looks good. I think I want to do the plus again for the play attack. Is it here? Play number async here. And if there's a modifier, then I want to throw in the plus again. So I want to change this to also take the 2-hit modifier. So I'm going to just add a number right here, call it the 2-hit modifier. And I'm sorry, I'm realizing I got stuff on screen. Let's get rid of that. So there's my 2-hit modifier. I'm adding that. And here the code, I want it to be something to the effect of if 2 modifier is greater than 0, then I want to do this plus play another number with a 2-hit modifier. Actually, I want it to not equal to 0 because it could be a negative number too. Plus, oh yeah. But then I need to do the minus. Yikes. So I got to come in and say, hey, look, if this is greater than 0, Then we're going to do the plus. Otherwise, we're going to do the minus. And I think I have 3 minuses as well. I do. Sweet! Flight creations. Perfect. I'll work on that forthwith. That'll be awesome. Okay. All right, so if the two-hit modifier is not 0, we'll then play a plus or minus depending on its sign, and then we're going to play that number. And do we need to make it here? I think we need to do math.abs in case it's a negative. Like that. So it'll come in, do this. Do we want to have a delay after that? I don't know yet. Want a little delay maybe? Delay? Like the cleanup last time, says Design Patterns. Yeah, it's way better. This await calls and the async, they make the code. This was going to be so complicated before to do this kind of thing, right? If instead of being able to do an await, we had to nest it down, and there was just all kinds of tricks I was thinking of to flatten the code. But I thought that there was a chance the await would do it for us. And I was super pleased when it essentially just did it for us. After just a little bit of work, it was working, and I was like really happy about that. So yeah, that part was really good. Okay, so let's see if I can. Oh, I'm adding the two-hit modifier. That's what I got to do. So let's go up here, put the two-hit modifier there, put it here, find our way out. We need the two-hit modifier there. And that means we probably need to pass it in here. I'm going to say we need it here. So the die roll value is there. The D20 value, the two-hit modifier is the one right after that. There's the value call. And I think D20 roll value has got a two-hit modifier in it. Wouldn't that be nice if it did? Or no, wait. No, it doesn't. Where's the two-hit modifier? Mark, not a fan of chain-like builder calls. Not really. Not if I've got if and else's in there. I mean, if it's just one straight chain, but this has got to have like some intelligence in terms of what's next. You know, I just saw no way to do it without the code getting incredibly messy and duplicating all over the place. We're using a map here for D20 roll value. I'm just checking through to see if I can find that other variable that's the two-hit modifier. Show success or fail messages. No. There's a total damage plus modifier. What's this? Where's the total? So the damage modifier, this roll. Isn't there a two-hit modifier on this roll? Here's the modifier. Where are we getting that from? Die and plus die and modifier is the spec. I feel like we've gotten too far away. I'm here on add die, and this is where we're creating it, and I wanted to be back in kind of calculating the yeah, I got a little far away. Clear before roll. Damage modifier this roll. All right, let's see if we got something in here already called two hit. Plus two hit. That's not in the right place. That's over in attack. Total hit dice. That's not it either. Let's go back to modifier here. Extra modifier this roll. Health modifier this roll. None of those are what I'm looking for. Got a dice roll, a modifier in dice roll data. There it is. So this modifier is added to total scores right there. And here's where we're returning new roll results. I think I'm just going to throw it in to there. Because I've got the total roll there. And then these other things are kind of added to it. Should I have all of those things be the piece that we add in? I think I don't want that. I think I want that. So I think I want something like this. The, sorry, LN for let. 2-hit modifier. And I think I want it to be everything. And then we're going to do that. So that's going to take into consideration the inspiration, the luck die, if those exist, the modifier itself, and the skill saving modifier. What is that? Okay. I think we're okay. All that's cool. So there's our total roll. Then I want in my roll results to throw this in. So I'm going to put that in there as a second parameter. Here's my 2-hit modifier. Report roll results. And I think somewhere down in here we're going to do the commentary. Here it is. Play announcer commentary. And that second parameter is that 2-hit modifier. Like that, I think. No, it's not that. Where is it? In roll results, I think. What's it called? The roll results itself, right there. Okay, let's refresh. See if that's going to do what we want. So there's my refresh. Fred goes in to the great axe, does a roll.
Hits, 11 slashing damage.
I didn't hear the +8 at all. The 2-hit modifier was empty. Let's find out if that's the case. What, tab to next reference isn't working here? Why not? And possibly a place that I wouldn't be otherwise. Tally totals. All right, let's go throw this over into a separate window in Chrome and see if we can find this.
18. It's a hit. 4 slashing damage.
Looks like that's not good. Play, what is it? Line 148, dice sounds. Refresh. Run the attack again.
It's a hit. 11 slashing damage.
Yeah, the total roll is a 20. The 2-hit modifier was an 8. Is that right? I heard him say 18. I gotta watch it again. Oh, because we're playing it on 2 different sources here. Oh, this one's muted, too.
8 slashing.
All right, let's go back to muting this a second. Let's just see how. Let's refresh it over on the main one on the live stream. So it should be like 17 plus 8 is what it is.
17, that is a hit.
Plus 8.
10 slashing damage.
And the total damage is not right either. So the 2-hit we're not getting. All right, back over to the console. Wish there was a way to mute this dice overlay here. What's this? NAN, not a number. Somehow we're sending a number in there. Why can't I see the call stack for this? Is this the call stack? All right, let's address that for a second here. I think I've got a play number. Value is greater than 0. Greater than 100, I mean. Else, if... So at least we'll get the call stack from there. What is this? Use the isnan. Is it on number? It's probably on number. Is that it? Or is it just all by itself, isn't it? It's by itself. That's it. Okay. It's a global function. Yeah, it kind of hit me that it was global function. Oh yeah, JavaScript likes to do this right there. Okay, so if is not a number or undefined, then we're going to throw out a call stack. The value of the console error call is just going to throw out a call stack for us, which is something I want to see. All right, let's refresh over here. The problem with debugging sounds is that we're gonna hear it on both sides. Is there a way I can debug this without hearing it? Not an easy way. It's something I'm gonna have to prepare in OBS. So we'll just kind of do this right now and see what happens. All right.
Five, that is a hit.
My 2-hit modifier is correct.
3, slashing. 8 plus 20, and there's going to be some damage.
8 plus
24, slashing damage.
Wait, that actually worked. I heard 8 plus 20. The 2-hit modifier was correct there. What's interesting is it did them in the wrong order. I think that's because my parameter order might be mixed up. That's what I'm thinking. Play attack commentary, D20 roll value, play number, yeah. So I think the order coming in here is wrong. This should have been 20 and that should have been 8. That looks right. So the wrong order here is maybe wrong. I thought I was pretty careful about that. 2-hit modifier, that looks right as well. So did I miss these two up? My 2-hit modifier should be the third one coming in. I got them wrong here. Okay, good. I guess we're going to fix that. Okay, play announcer commentary. Sweet. All right, that feels like that works. Let's go back and mute this. And refresh on the main site here. Let me do one more thing. I'm going to go grab my, I've got the Stream Deck open right now. Let's switch over to, where's my mouse? Switch over to Dragon Humpers over here. We go into admin and I want to copy this button and then I want to come down into where Fred is, his weapons, and just drop it down here so I can very quickly hit a refresh there and reload the screen. All right, let's try one more time and see how this sounds and looks.
Slashing damage.
That didn't sound good at all. It's a miss? The miss is not right either. Ugh. How did that happen? Miss isn't right. It should have only needed to get, for the attack roll, a 12 or higher. So why did we not see any errors? All right, let me do it again, see what we get second time. So I'm hitting advantage, but it's not rolling at advantage. So I think it's like there's a second dice and it's taking...
3, slashing damage.
Something's happening again. See what happens with disadvantage. Nope, only one die. I think there's another problem here.
3, slashing.
Let's see what happens. Oh, wait, is it this problem? Where I have to select somebody and come back because I refreshed part of it. Let's see if it all of a sudden starts working now. Yeah, I think it's the wrong player was selected. I bet this works.
19 hits. 3 slashing damage.
I didn't hear the +8. Come on. Refresh. Let's go select Miles. Come back to Fred. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how the heck can I refresh. I need a way of turning off the sound in one of these but not the other. I'm not sure how to do that with Signal Arm. I have to think of something creative that doesn't involve a lot of code. Okay, here's the roll. So this should be...
Whoa, that is a hit.
We should hear
1 slashing damage.
And the one in the back is muted. Mute site. Hold on. File not found. Miss of 0. I think we're okay with that. I just haven't added those sounds yet. Build the load because no supported source was found. That's, I think, related to this.
+16 +8. That is a hit with 10 slashing damage.
Okay, so new thought and idea that the code does work, but I need over here to, instead of just turn it on and turn it off, which normally does a refresh, I need to actually hit this button to refresh cache, and that's in OBS. Let's see if that is any better. Let's switch to Miles and then switch back to Fred and bring up the great axe and do an attack.
+8 critical hit with 6 slashing.
Okay, that's not bad. Now I just got to figure out the damage plus modifier and add that up into the roll results. That's what I need to do. Let's go find get roll results. Total damage plus modifier. The damage modifier of this roll. New thought. Coder is sane and just a human happens all the time. I think I got it. New thought. Coder is sane and just a human happens all the time. Yeah. All right, damage modifier this roll. I want to throw this in to the new roll results, I think. Let's just double check what's going on here. Oh yeah, these are just these values. So the damage map right there. Let's go figure that out. All right. If it counts as damage. I want to add in this number the first time I want to add this the first time coming in to adding our damage here. And it's here. Since it's the first one in. So I want to do this. I want to create a extra damage. And I want to set that equal to this. Damage modifier this roll. Then I want to come down into here. And I want to say it's equal to top number plus extra damage. And then I want to set extra damage to 0. And I think that'll do what I want. Because I only want to add it once. If there's multiple dice, I only want to add that one time in there. Let's see how we do with that. And just to be safe, we're going to flip players like this.
+15 8. That's a hit.
Nice, better.
With 7 slashing.
That's good. I think that's pretty good, actually. That's what I wanted. All right, next, move on. Let's. I love those die removals right there. Let's go bring up the Stream Deck piece. Let's cut this. Let's get rid of this. Let's copy it rather. And let's go to the next thing I want to look at, which is skill checks. Because I think the skill checks are not working. Let's see if they are. They're not doing the audio play-by-play. So let's go and try to do that. Let's do a skill test for a lady and give her Arcana. So I want to hear like the word 13 plus 4. Okay, so that's not working at all. So I want to hear 13 plus 4 success or 13 plus 4 failure, that sort of thing. So we're in dice sounds. We've got play, attack, commentary. Where's my skill check? Play skill check commentary. Okay. I think I need the modifier in here as well. And I think the 2-hit modifier, is this going to also be the same 2-hit modifier? I think I know why it doesn't work at all. What do you mean, Coding Girl? We just did it and it worked. What are you talking about? Or is the stream like super delayed? No, the skill check. Oh, I see. I gotcha. Yeah, I think I know why it doesn't work at all too. I'm with you. Okay. Yeah. I want to see if this 2-hit modifier there. Third value passed in here. Wait, is that right? Looked like it was the third. No, it was second. 2-hit modifier, flat out. Yeah, we're going to hit that line of code no matter what. So if it's a skill check or whatever it is, tally totals, we should get in there. Right? Tally totals is called for every die. That looks all good to me. Martin Den's got a question out there, to which I have kind of got a bewilderment to. I'm not aware of this. Someone create a library which allows the usage of Python and HTML instead of JavaScript. And the question is, what do you think about it? Design Pattern says, bravo to Coding Gorilla. What do I think about it? Well, nothing at this point. So I think it's called Brighton. What do you think about it? Yeah, I don't have any thoughts about that. One is I've never really worked in Python at all. I've only looked at it for maybe 20 seconds to the point that I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. So I don't know that. And Martin's asking, can Python take the place of JavaScript because of that library? Well, I don't think so, because you mean maybe functionally? Yes, but in terms of developer mindset, I would say probably not, because there's a way more to go over, to a much bigger hurdle to get over, to take over developer mindset. But yeah, no, those are my thoughts. But I bet you there are people in the chat room who are a little bit smarter than me on that, or a lot smarter than me on that. All right, let's go back over here to where we were. I'm just hitting escape to kind of retrace my steps back. Play and answer commentary. 2-hit modifier is now feeling good. That's also a modifier for our D20. And maybe I'll rename this to our D20 modifier. Like that. And let's follow that all the way down, just so we've got some consistency in the code. Because not everything is an attack. It's just an abstraction. Says design patterns. Okay, skill check is here. skill check, throw in the D20 modifier. And let's give it to me here. All right, and now I want to go find the stuff where we're doing the plus, and I want to extract that into its own method. That's what I want to do, because I'm going to be calling the same thing again. Here we go. So this, I'm extracting this. And this is where these async awaits really, really are sweet. So let's extract that right there. Nice, it already figured out it needs to be an async method. I love that about the extract method. Good job. We're going to call this play D20 plus modifier. Async. Glenn Stevens is out there. Hey Glenn, how are you doing? Probably won't outpace the JS framework race. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. There it is right there. There's a link to Python. Glenn, how are you doing? Blazor may not catch on itself. It has MS Marketing. Blazor may not catch on itself. This is nice though. I like the UI over here. Really nicely done. Right, contrast is good. Simple design. You have a sense of what's going on, what it is. That's nice. All right, back over here. So now, Glenn Stevens says good. 2:45 a.m. and okay. How am I? I'm gonna say not too bad. I can't complain. I'm having a good time doing what I like to do here. Just writing code and learning about, right now I'm learning about practicing using async and await. The clock is made in Python, says Martin. Smoopy's here. Hey, Mr. Smoopy. Look at design patterns taking care of you, Mr. Smoopy. Closing down the whatever that thing is called, the scroll in the back there. Okay, display D20 plus modifier async. We've got this call now. Now we can throw two numbers at it, and we can do this. So we're going to say await here. We're going to throw this and the D20 modifier. And let's do that at the very least for right now. Let's do both of those. And I think I'm going to need to async this up. Okay. And this is going to return a promise. Avoid. I think I did TPV here. There's my shortcut there to get that back. Okay. So let's try that. Let's do a refresh of the dice layer. And let's come up here. Let's throw that. Refresh. I lost the icon on it. I bet it's because I deleted it. Let me grab that icon because that's an important part for me. Okay, paste. There we go. All right, so refresh, lady, skill test, icona. So now I want to hear 17 plus whatever her.
17 plus 4.
Now I want to hear success or failure. Success, right? Because we've already said arcana, so I think we just need to see your success or failure. Do I even have those files out here? Reactions? No. I don't think I have those. At least not here. That looks freaking amazing, says Glenn Stevens. Yeah, it's kind of cool. We're doing Dungeons and Dragons stuff here. Actually, you want to see the full demo? It'll blow your mind if you haven't seen it. I'll start out by doing a casting a spell. I'm going to do Chill Touch. So when I go to cast the spell, the D&D spell comes up over there. We've got the wind up kind of special effects that are happening. Notice this is actually going in front of me and behind me. So if I lift up my shoulder right there, I block it. And if I bring it down, you can see it going all the way down. Right, so we've got this particle effect in essentially 3D around a live player. Dragon comes up with the dice showing what you're going to roll. I can give myself advantage. And there it's just kind of doing that. Do the roll. The effects go off. There's no sound in that effect, I think. The die come out with different effects based on the spell. This is necrotic damage.
16 plus 7 hits with 10 necrotic damage.
It's not bad. Not bad. So that's kind of a sense of, that gives you a little taste of what we're doing. This is for the other show that I'm doing out here. It's out there at that link right there. While the show you're watching right now is family friendly, that other show is a mature show. So, but you can take a look at that. It's comedy, Dungeons and Dragons, and we do that 2 times a week. So yeah, Glenn Stevens started about a month ago. Yeah, so we are, we're working to make it better. That's what we're trying to do. I am getting a call from somebody I know, but I'm going to say, can I call you later? All right, hopefully that'll all be good and not an emergency. Okay, so now we need to know if it's a success or not. I think I'm just going to go into Audition and record a few messages here, and just to get it working. It's an amazing show, but totally not family friendly. That's true. I like club comedy. I'll check it out. Yeah, it is. That's kind of where we are. All right, so let me turn off the music a second so I can just get a couple recordings here of the word success and failure. Here we go. Oh, can't record now. Thanks a lot, Pudding. Really? You just dumped pudding on my head? Come on, Pudding. Pudding, you're in the house. What'd you learn today, Pudding? That's what I do. So I learned something today. Chocolate. Yeah, I'm not sure you learned anything today, Pudding. You just wanted to come in and dump pudding again on my head. Way too much power that guy has. All right, here we go. I'm just going to record a couple Mr. Announcer voice success and failure messages here. Success! 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 Failure! 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 All right, so we got a couple of those. I'm going to select a little bit of this right here, the flat part. I'm going to capture the noise print and then apply noise reduction to the entire file. Success! That's what that sounds like there. Next, I'm going to go into my effects rack, grab my Mr. Announcer guy effects that I created a while back, and then it sounds like that.
Success!
Next, I'm going to start saving these. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create 4 of each one, so we have a little bit of variety. And one of the things I've gotten in the hang of is adding 0.6 seconds to the end of when I stop hearing sound. So the last S sound is about right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There it is. You just watch me count my addition, and then we're going to save this. Interesting. We're kind of close by. Yeah, reactions. I think we can put it right there in reactions. That's fine. So we'll call this success 1, like that. Make it MP3. Good. There's 1 saved. Then come in here. Delete that. Delete that. I get some music up here.
Success! Success!
All right. From here to about there. There's my 0.6 seconds at the end. And the 0.6 seconds at the end is just so that we can chain together sounds if we want to. If we want to add something at the end, we know exactly when this ends. based on its total duration. The reason I don't clip it here is because we've still got reverberation that's kind of decaying. And so we want to have that. All right, here's my next one.
Success.
It's a little bit of clipping, it sounds
Success.
like. Right in there. A little bit of clipping. But I'm gonna keep with it. Keep it. We'll use it. There's my 0.6 seconds. There's success 3.
Success.
Did you hear that? There's a little bit of sound effect that happened on my machine when I recorded. So we
Success.
delete that one. Okay. And we're at 0.9, 1.5 about. There it is right there. Whoops. Okay, save that one. That's success 4. And then we got 4 failures right there. Success, says Pudding. This guy Funks is out there. Hey, this guy Funks. I haven't forgotten about you. You're on my list. Fanfares.
Failure.
By the way, kids, I got a new show coming out on Saturday. This Saturday. We're going to start a new show, probably about the same time, I think, on Saturday, though. And it's going to be a kind of a kid coding show where we are going to be coding in Unity. It's going to be with my son, who's just starting to learn how to code. So he doesn't know a whole lot right now. At least as of about 4 days ago, he didn't. But already we've kind of been working in Unity and kind of getting familiar with it. So we can practice to start the show. And it's called Kid Codes, or maybe Kids Code. You know, there's, I'll give you a little taste of the title on that. There you go, something like that. That's what it's going to look like. And I think it's going to be kind of fun. We're going to be working on 2 machines. So there'll be code on both. We'll probably be connected with live share between the 2. And we'll be working in C# scripting and in Unity. I think it's going to be interesting. So that's what we're going to do. And I think it's going to be fun too, because it's like it's so funny. I was like showing my son Code Rush, which we're working on this show, and at one point he's like, Glenn says, "It's amazing how a film degree comes in handy these days. Your production is kick-ass." Thank you. Yeah, that's kind of where it's kind of a hobby of mine, is kind of what's going on with that, Glenn. There's a lot of technical. I've always been drawn to both artistic and technical endeavors at the same time. And in fact, if my mind is spent too much in one, I kind of want to bounce back to the other. And so I really like special effects and things like that, working with Adobe After Effects and Adobe Premiere. And even the same thing with here. Like, we've got some dice rolls here, some dice cleanup rolls that are so good. Let me throw out some dice rolls here a second. See if we can, they're random, but I'm going to throw out like some D12s here on fire for a second. I want to see what the cleanup looks like. And let's also refresh.
40 fire damage.
Here's the cleanup coming up. What's it going to look like? That's all right. It's cool, but there's a better one than that one that I want to do. Let's keep throwing out something. Let's throw out some nice damage.
24 cold damage.
Yeah. That one I'm a huge fan of. That cleanup right there. How old is your son? He is 10 years old, moving his way towards 11. Mine just told me he wanted to do what I do for work, and I said, "What do you think I do?" Computer stuff. He's getting a little programming book for his birthday. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. He's had a little bit of coding experience. He did Code Academy on his own, but this is like the first time that we're kind of doing this together, and I think it's a cool kind of bonding thing. And I was showing him. I've got Code Rush installed for him as well, and I'm showing him how much easier it is to write code with Code Rush, so he doesn't have to type everything in and think about the syntax. At one point, he says, "Code Rush is amazing," and I'm like, as a dad, I'm like, oh my gosh. I've thrown so many kids out. When I say thrown them out, I mean, raised them to adults and they've left the house So many with zero appreciation for what I do, and I never expected it would ever happen. And this one kid said it, and I was like, oh my God. You know, let's encase this moment in you know, some sort of, you know, resin or something like that. It was pretty amazing. Yeah, no, it was very cool. I loved it. It was, you know, it's like a moment and then it's gone. But it was super cool because, you know, Karen, my wife, is an artist, and she has like, it's hard to get her to appreciate like how much work goes into getting something really beautiful. And so I just kind of, it's something that I just assume is never going to happen. I think if you're a coder, I think you might, and you're with someone who does not write code, it's like hard to build something that's so good that people are like, oh, that's amazing, right? Especially if you're doing stuff for work or whatever, and you don't have control necessarily of the vision of it. But anyway, there's, you know, there's that. I think yesterday, Karen was asking me, I started learning programming around 10 when I got a Radio Shack TRS-80 color computer. I got the one before it was in color. I think I'm older than you, Smoopy. All right, there's success 4. Let's get out of that. Wait, was this failure though? I just didn't save it. Okay, I didn't save it.
Failure.
All right, so this is gonna be failure 1. There's failure 1. It's gonna be failure 2.
Failure.
From 1.1 to about 1.65, like that right there. Let's clean it up at the beginning so we're just coming in as fast as we can on that sound. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of combining my film experience and, you know, editing experience with the stuff I do. I just created a video for a conference coming up tomorrow, actually. They're gonna show pre-recorded video where I'll do Science of Great UI. It is Desktop First is the name of that conference. Let's go throw that up on screen somewhere up here. Desktop First. It's a conference dedicated to UI. Is what it is, which is kind of cool. Wait, that's probably not it. There it is, right there. The summit. So I just sent them in something and you know, use some of my skills there, right, to create a great video. And so so anyway, yeah, I like doing that. I like combining those kinds of things.
Failure.
This is number 2. Do we get the right distance here? Nope. I think it's number 3. And then this is the last one, number 4.
Failure.
Oh yeah, there's clipping right there. Not much I can do about that. Do I want to re-record it?
Failure.
I'm just going to abandon it. I'll only have 3 failures. Okay. So now we need to play if it succeeds or fails. We need to figure that out. Yeah, Coding Gorilla says, don't make me all nostalgic, Smoothie. It's only Tuesday. Why is this guy in the sound clip shouting my name? Johnny the Carrot. He's not shouting your name. Please skill check this commentary. Hey, this audible Rorschach is great. It reminds me of my childhood. Surly is here.
Surly is in the house.
Surly shouts failure into a large mug. Yeah. There's one Mr. Announcer guy's like, he does 1 PR on GitHub and he thinks he's an open source contributor. We got to figure out how that we know if this is a success or not. Where is that answer up here? Are we passing it in? We should be. I don't see us passing it in. Johnny Carrot says, I can't find the rules from this place. Anything specific or just don't be a dong? Yeah, it's a family show. So, you know, you're good. You're good. We're cool. Just don't do anything that, you know, your kids would be like, what's going on? Like this. And especially don't make me go like that either, right? Yeah, don't be too surly. We're right. We already have a surly. Okay, where's my show success fail message? Messages. Do I know it from here? Attempted roll was successful. This is a global, I bet, isn't it? Yeah, that's global. That's what I'm looking at right there. Okay, so I don't like the global approach, but you know, I've got to give myself these forgiveness coupons for when I'm working down in dieroller.ts, because this started as some like pure JavaScript code that I got to roll the dice, and I tried to wrap TypeScript around it, and I had a number of challenges doing that. I now have since gained the experience that I think I could come in again and do a better job at wrapping it. But because of that situation, this is one of the places where I still use like essentially global variables or variables within the file. I think anyone in the live coders team would be fairly family friendly, not much swearing on the streamers or the viewers. So this guy Funks, I actually rated Vape Juice Jordan, and I'd never seen him before. And he was dropping F-bombs like right as soon as I got landed. And I was like, oh no, right? You know, I didn't realize that I was doing that. However, the guy was amazing. He wrote code faster than me and without CodeRush. The guy's just mind blazing with his fingertips in the code. He did an impromptu demo on async and await in response to a discussion about what we had done with it on our streams. And I was so impressed. He explored like, I want to say 7 different points in the shortest period of time, just writing the code. I was just watching it just come right out. I was like, that guy is skilled and fast, really impressive. Vape Juice Jordan. If you don't mind the non-family friendly or the mature aspects of it, I highly recommend it. That's the most swearing we're going to do on this show, right there. Who is that? It's Vape Juice Jordan, I think. That's what it is. Let's go find him. I won't play, but or I'll mute it if it comes up here. Twitch.tv/Vape Juice. Pretty sure that's right. Jordan. Is that it? Let's see if that works. I think it might be it. Is that right? Building OnlyFans. Is this the guy? I want to see. I think it's him. Drill in. Yep, I'm going to say that's him. That looks like the guy I saw right there. Do you remember the live coders? How do I tell that? Where's the coding membership here? He and I have the same screens. Bought them from some website. Cool. Cool. I'm not seeing the live coders thing for him. I'm not sure where that shows up. It's somewhere. I thought it was up here. I think this is the guy. Let's go look at, let me bring up, let's go bring up the live coders team app here on my stream manager. Stream team. Make sure we're giving you the right person here. Do I have a search up here? Nope. Well, this is not really helpful. There he is. Yep. That's him. Vape Juice Jordan. But there's my click. There's the link. I'll put it in the chat room for you. Yeah, it needs a search. Yeah, I was super impressed with his skill, his knowledge, his speed. All of that. Yeah, I've never seen anybody write code faster than me, I think. Can't you control F? Or, oh, in here. Probably. There you go. That's what I should have done. Thanks so much. Yeah, I got the panel up, not realizing it's another instance of Chrome. Of course, I could do that. Okay. So back over where we were. Skill check commentary. And then I want to say, hey, if whoops, that's not what I wanted. Then I want to say await this dot play sound. Is that what it is? File async. And then we're going to go into announcers, announcer, reactions, success, and I think we had 4 of those. Else, And this one's going to be failure. And there are 3 of those. And let's make sure those are the correct paths right there. Failure. Uh-oh. That's not going to work out. Okay. Success and failure. That looks good. All right. So let's save that. Let's refresh the live stream. Refresh it. Skill check. Lady. Skill test. Intimidation. 20.
+4 success.
Shoot, we didn't get the bonus roll. Let's try again. So we got to worry about the 20 plus something.
Inside. 17 +1 success.
All right, so that does look good. It's just the 20 plus 4 didn't work. Let's throw one more out here. What's going to happen if I throw 2 out, actually? I think I don't want it to say anything, because that's not great. Yeah, it says nothing. I'm okay with that. Because then I feel like this is just too much information to queue up. If anything, it should be like a list of names of who passed. Okay, so we got to figure out the 20 plus. The D20 roll value. We're passing in the D20 roll value here. Oh, this is a hard bug to fix. You know what I'm going to do, because it's a hard bug to duplicate too. I'm going to just write a... all right, this looks good. I'm going to just make a to-do on this here. Audio announcer totals for Nat 20 skill checks are wrong. So we need to find that. Okay. How about saving throws? How about saving throws? What's that look like? That's a fail with a 13, is that right? What does that see? What do we got on the... Yep, the saving throw is 16, so that's correct. That's new, says Smoopy. Yeah, it's new. We don't do that a lot. One of the things I like about the show is that there's sometimes there's enough, like, we've got like stuff built for like so much, like all the monsters, right? We've got images for every single monster, right? But you've only seen a few of them that have come in here, right? And so, like, and the same thing with the spell effects as well. Although I had problems bringing up spells. I wonder if I can bring up spells now. Yeah, there we go. Right. So every single D&D spell we have in here. I think it's a little loud on the sound coming in. But yeah, so there's so there's stuff you haven't seen yet because it just hasn't come up in the show yet. But let's go do that. Let's fix that because we've kind of done that, and that should be pretty easy to deal with there. Play, saving, throw commentary. That's probably going to be very similar to this. And let's go down here. I think I need the D20 modifier. Okay. Is it exactly the same code? It might actually be exactly the same code. Look at that, you kept my yellow coloring suggestion for the do comments. I like that too. I like that when I see them, they're that way. What's the red square over part of that image? The red square over part of the image on the monsters right here, that shows me what the thumbnail will look like when that creature shows up inside of these scrolls right up here. So it allows me to take, what's cool about this is that I'm taking actually an image on the internet somewhere, and I'm just saying, here's what my crop is. And as I crop it, I can't get any smaller than this because it doesn't allow me to blur the image. It's got to be at least whatever the distance across is. I think it's 104 pixels across. So it's got a minimum size, but I could, if I wanted to, do something like this. What I love about this is this is actually it's a great example of good usability, where I have, depending on, let me get something maybe we're a little further away from. So here's an example right here, right? It shows me what it's going to look like at the size it's going to be scaled to based on what I have. So that's what's happening. It's a nice little hint. It comes up if I hover over it. So it's close to where I'm working, right? And it's immediately updating. So it's very, very cool. The other thing that's happening here is as I make all of these changes, it's going out to Google Sheets and saving the data of the crop, whatever that crop is. So pretty cool. Yes, we built that on the show, man. Yeah, I built it on stream. I remember working through all the bugs. Yeah, but it's super cool. It's gorgeous. It's in XAML. And yeah, it works really, really well. I think it works really well. There's like one or two minor bugs, but they're kind of like what I call edge case state bugs, like that happen on initialization. And the first time you load it up, and once you click on something here, everything's cool. So and then there's also some if you drag a different image, and this also allows you to drag in an image. So for example, what's we got here? Baylor. I don't know. Let's see if we can find a better image for Baylor. So go out to the internet. D&D. Baylor. See if we like something better in here. Like that one. Well, I don't know. I don't think I like that one much better. That one's not bad. That's the original. This one's kind of cool. Let's take that one. So all I do is I just take this, drag it in like that. Right? And then bring this up, get this the right size that I want. And now what's happened is I've changed my Google spreadsheet to say, here's that image. And then I'll show you, this is actually kind of cool. So my Dungeon Master has a Stream Deck as well. And it has these buttons. So if the Dungeon Master hits this button here, save and reload, they can come in and load the PCs. They can also hit this button for in-game creatures. If they hit that button, then it opens up the spreadsheet. They can come in here and they can say, this is going to be Surly, like there, that's the character's name, and it's going to be Baylor. Oh wait, no, sorry, this is the group. This is right here, we want Baylor, like that. And we'll make him, not sure if he's an enemy or not. We'll give him like 150 hit points, and then the Dungeon Master does that, then the Dungeon Master comes back here, hits this button, right? Baylor is number 18, and so now all they have to do is come up here and hit the 18, and now Baylor's on screen with that new image that we just dragged in, right? Enemy me? Nah, yeah. You want to be an enemy? All right, well, here's how fast and easy it is, right? We just come over here, change this to be an enemy, hit that reload button on the previous page. I'm sorry, the load button, and then there it is. It just updates. So now there you are. Interesting thing about that is we did a hit points override saying 150. The hit points for the baler must be higher because you're coming in bruised. So if we were to take this out, we could do that, hit that reload button again, and then there you look healthy, right? So very cool. We also, I don't know if you saw this, but we also added the ability to, once you're targeted, to add conditions to you. Did you see this, Shirley? I really like the code here. This is some nice code, right? You can delete these. Very cool, fun stuff. This is all this stuff. You haven't seen this? Oh yeah, it's sweet. Yeah, so these are D&D conditions, right? And and this is essentially just an enum, right? The state, it's just an enum, the conditions. Here, I'll show it to you, right? As you can probably imagine what they are. And I've got these in both, I've got them both here in TypeScript and also this exact same enum up in C#, right? Players can have them as well. Exactly, yeah, here. So let's go to Lady and let's start giving her some conditions. Right, what's really cool about this is we're using physics calculations. You spent too much time in Germany and missed a lot. Oh, that's true. We're using physics equations to get this, right, to come up here. So notice every throw throws it just high enough for it to come back down and drop. It's just using equations for gravity and calculations for velocity. So it gets the right velocity, gets the right x velocity, the right y velocity with the given gravity to create that stack. And that's kind of what it does. So it's kind of cool. And I think Smoopy, I'm not sure, but Smoopy might have been the one who said, let's make it do, he didn't say confetti, I think he said balloons or donuts or something like that, but we got kind of close. It may have not been Smoopy. Sorry, my apologies if that's not right. But what I love about this is it's a state that's internally stored with an enum. But there's so much code to add these and remove these, right? To make it look essentially beautiful, right? That it's super cool, right? It feels like a real thing. It feels like a game. It feels like we're bringing actual tiles and pieces out there, right? Or removing them. And it's pretty good at button mashing. Like if I'm mashing the buttons, right, and doing this, it generally does a pretty good job of figuring it out. So yeah, we did that one. I think that took us about 3 shows to get this kind of, to start with the code for the bottom and then make it work for the top. It's the same code, by the way, that stacks it in a single column or stacks it in 3 columns across. You know, the same code that works from the bottom up or the top down. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, that's what Smoothie's saying right there. The code is shared between the NPC and the player. Yeah, so same code doing the animations, right? We're just down here saying we are only 1 column wide. And that gravity comes from you know, heads this direction. And up there, we just have it the other way around. So yeah, it's very, very cool. It's not bad. Pretty fast and easy too. I've got buttons here on the way, by the way. I added these 2 buttons here and here to switch who's selected. So we can just kind of say, go to Lady Tirania, hit a couple of these buttons, switch over to Denji, hit a couple of these buttons, switch back over to Voidling and say, oh, you're not deafened anymore, get rid of that, maybe you're not charmed anymore. So it gives an interface to the Dungeon Master to be able to set and mark conditional state, right? It sets it internally in that simple enum, but externally there's some more complexity, but it just looks like tiles coming up. I think it feels good, it sounds good. There's an approximation of the real world here that I think is important, and I think we did a pretty good job of approximating. So yeah, it certainly says that's really nice. Let's just go ahead and clear all these. Also notice when we clear them all, we don't take them all out at once. We're like doing them one at a time. There is a little bit of a rapid fireness in that the distance and time between each of those explosions is the same, right? But they're different pop sounds each time they come, right? You're hearing different pop sounds. Here, I'll show you again here. So it's not too bad. And generally, you don't have a whole bunch of these you're getting rid of once. Like that. So in general, I think it sounds and feels pretty good. All right, so there's, I don't know if you saw this, you might want to be interested in this too. So Surly, let's say you're targeted, and let's say somebody attacks you. We'll just skip the attack roll, but let's say that they attack you, and it does like, say, 40 damage. That's what that looks like. Let's say it does 99 damage. Gets a little bloodier there. I don't know if you saw that animation or not. Why would they attack me, says Pudding. So, anyway, Glenn Stevens, ha. And 22. There we go. Beaten. And then we'll give you some health too. I don't think I have any animations for the health, but it just kind of changes immediately. Yeah, Pudding's been talking to me about barbarians being broken, and I'm not sure exactly. I don't recall exactly what the problem is, but I remember when you pointed it out, Pudding, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Barbarians are not correct. Not the way a lot of people think about barbarians. Okay. So skill check. Did we test this yet? I don't think we tested this yet. Let's try that. So we got a 16 we got to roll again. So we're expecting a failure. So let's go in. Miles is going to roll a saving throw for Constitution.
Constitution saving.
That's a pass. Success. No sound? Did I not refresh? Oh, I didn't save. Maybe the saving is my problem. All right, let's refresh. All right, one more time. Saving throw. Wisdom saving throw.
Some saving throw. 20 plus 7. Success.
Okay, so there's a success. Let's do another one to see if we can make sure we get the failure.
Some saving throw. 4 failure.
Right, that's good. The importance, the whole reason I'm doing this, by the way, the reason this is super important is because I want the show to be, you can follow the show if you're blind or if you're listening on a podcast, right? And so having this play-by-play is important to me. I don't see your spelling mistakes, Glenn. Oh, Hangman. He went to where it started with the body and removed bits instead. Reminded me of that animation. That's kind of cool. That's cool. Okay. All right. So I think, with the exception of that D20 skill check, let me just see if I can see where we're rolling that second die. I think there's a way to fix that quickly. No, I want it to be skill check. Get skill mod. Skill check, that's what I'm looking for. Is there a GitHub repo for all of this, by the way? And there is. It's right there. Fewer grammar Nazis would be fine, says Early Dev. That's in response to my tweet I put out. Looks like you prefer the OneNote style of editing. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Early Dev. Let me know. So here you are out here. That's where it is. Throw that out there. That's Mr. AnnouncerBot. I should point out that the assets, the images, the sound effects are not in that repo. because they're licensed just to me. So even though the code is all there, the getting it to immediately get up and running and work will take some more effort, because you're going to need to get some assets somewhere to draw it, or work without the assets. What do I want to do? I want to clear all of those guys. No Nazis would be great. Yeah, I'm with you on that. The tweet made me laugh out loud at the diner I was in yesterday. Okay, cool. No Nazis would be great. Let me show you the tweet so anybody who's kind of wondering what's going on with Mark, what's he talking about? Where is it? I'm not sure exactly how to bring up my own stuff here. I think I do this. Where's the button that takes me to me? And then tweets. Here it is. Today's politically charged climate. Do you think the world needs less grammar Nazis? Yes? No. It's fewer. Yeah, when this occurred to me, I was like, that's good. We're going to do that. Not bad, 43 votes. That's cool. I wasn't sure anybody was going to take a bite at that. It's fewer because I am one. Okay. Yeah, no, it's kind of fun. Okay. I haven't done this yet. The dye color. I almost kind of want to work on that now, because to be honest, I don't think it's that fun to watch me try to do, code reviews and refactoring and bug hunting. Word of the day is Pilkanushisha, a person who believes it is their destiny to stamp out all spelling and punctuation mistakes at the cost of popularity, self-esteem, and mental well-being. Is that a real word? Pilkanushisha. Is that in English? I gotta look this up, kids. I'm intrigued. Holy cow. Yeah, okay. You got me. All right, we'll close that down before your eyes fall to any of those words that don't fit on the family show. Let's do this. Let's make the dye color work for these guys. Let's do it with Surly. We'll test with Surly right here. Surly likes yellow. On black, I think I'm going to do that for now, unless you've got an alternative. We'll get you kind of this kind of a yellow here, and we'll do the background color as well. It's black, and then I have to write the word sample. Is that what I'm missing? So that'll be your dye color there. Let me get a brighter yellow. I really want it that bright. All right, that's it right there. Okay, yellow my black was my first motorcycle element. Cool. Now, as I recall, I've got some code here that figures this out, right, using a script. But the problem is it doesn't think a change has occurred unless I do insert one left and then delete it. And then it like recalculates all of them. So now we should see the numbers show up here and here after it's done loading. It says error loading data, but I think it's going to finish it up. It surprises me so much that their scripting is so slow. What? Nothing there? Oh, because I didn't have the... I know what I need to do. Drop that down. There we go. All right, cool. So let's do this. Let's make this work, because that's going to make the game a little more useful, as if everybody's got their own unique dye color and we can readily spot it. So I don't care about this column. This is just so that I can visually see it. These are the two columns I want to bring in. So let's do that. Let's switch over to our D&D app. There it is right there. And we want to find the thing that loads up the D&D game. So, well, actually, it's not the D&D game. It is the in-game characters, the creatures, is what it is. Okay, so let's go find those in-game creatures and where we load those up. I'm going to say all in-game creatures. I think is a good starting place. I think there's a property in here called creatures that just goes directly to, here it is, the Google Sheets and gets it. So that means we need to go to in-game creature, and we need to create 2 columns that are named this and this, BG hex and FG hex. So we'll do that right now. I'm just going to take this, I'll duplicate this and paste, and then I'll duplicate a second time and I'll make it FG hex. So that's my foreground hex and background hex. And to be fair, actually, I could come along and do this instead and change this to my background hex so it's easier to read. And I think I'm going to do that. And that should all work. I should is, operative keyword there. All right, so with that now, we know the color, at least the string for the color for the dice. Let's do this. Let's set a breakpoint when we load, when we first access creatures. Where is it? Did I scroll past it? Creature. Oh wait, I'm in the wrong file. It's all in-game creatures. There it is. So let's just set a breakpoint here, and we'll run and take a look at it. I'm going to take the existing app, shut it down. Let's run it, and just to make sure that we're actually getting the data in that we're expecting to get. Coding Gorilla, I almost ignored it because he mentioned politics, and I generally just ignore politics. I had to do double take. Yeah, now I know. I was playing with you a little bit. Sorry about that. All right. Glad we got a breakpoint. Oh, that looks good. And that looks good. They both look good. So we got good values here. Okay, clear the breakpoint. Let's run it. Next, we need to roll the dice. And there's a couple times when we need to roll the die on behalf of the player. One is initiative. So let's go in. I think it was 18 that was Surly. All right, so there's Surly 18. And now we go into initiative. We're going to roll the dice. So let's go set a breakpoint there. Probably a roll initiative. Let's see if we hit that when I enter combat. Good. Okay. So clear that breakpoint. Let's go into prepare roll. Oh, we're getting music from 2 different places. Let's turn off the coder's music. We'll just listen to the battle music because we're going into battle here. Initiative. Add D20s for selected. In-game creatures. Here we go. This is where we want to be. All right, so now NPC monster dice. Do I have a place for the back color? And it's a string. Sweet. In-game creature. Background hex. Font color. In-game creature dot foreground hex. This could be so sweet if this just works. Ah, oh, look at that, Surly. Look at your dice coming in. I don't like that that's happening right there under Surly. It's got a label And so it does this kind of the other animated label on top of it. I need to figure it out. You missed it. It was good. Here, we'll do it again with no breakpoints this time. Let's add some more creatures actually, so we can see it. So let's add Apollo. So bring up number 3. We'll add Tiello, number 9. He's a bad guy. And we'll do Lady Tyrannian, number 11. And then we'll enter combat. Sweet. Really sweet. It's much better. Although I don't like this. That's the thing I'm talking about with the text kind of on top of each other. That's not good. Yeah, it does look good. It really looks good. I'm a fan of it. Way better than before. Should we hunt that down and find it? Maybe, since it's on our minds, maybe we do that. But I'm glad that worked. That's really awesome. I want to change her text, make it easier to read. I thought her text was too hard to read. I think that's going to be better. She's an aquatic creature, so I thought these kinds of colors would be better for her. The voidlings too. I think I want their text to be kind of pink. Somewhere here or lighter. Yeah, voidlings will look good too with that change in it. But again, to change these numbers, I have to insert one left and delete it. That's the fastest way I've found to do it. All right, that'll work itself through. Yeah, the scripting in Google Sheets is remarkably slow. Remarkably slow. All right, just dropping the sound of that a little bit. Look at how slow it is. It's crazy. Here, there, coming back. Yeah, they acknowledge it's slow, and they suggest that you pass in a whole range and work on the whole entire range, because every time you do a get, whatever, to get from a cell, it apparently costs a lot. And I was just like, oh, really? Yeah, I don't like it. And also, I don't think I can pass in a range and get all of its background and foreground colors. So, anyway, it's not too bad, though. It's a small thing. We don't have to do it a lot. Okay. Yeah, let's hunt that down. I think that feels good to me. So, when we roll the dice, we can attach a label to it. So what happens when we're rolling these dice? Here, let's come in again and we'll get out and restart the clock and come back in. So some of these have labels on them. Actually, none of these do now. Oh, they don't because they're all player labels. But what's happening is when we have somebody up like Surly like that, and then we go exit combat and then come back in, now Surly's got a label because he's a non-player character. Which means this thing that's coming up here where it says Lil or Fred or Merkin, that we don't need. We need to kind of do one of two things. I don't mind for the NPCs having the name right next to them, but I'm actually thinking maybe we need the name here and we don't want to do that other one at the end all the time. Surly's an NPC. Well, kind of. For this demo that we're doing today, he's an NPC. I knew there was something artificial about him. Unfortunately, I think Surly is very real, Pudding. Very, very real. Okay, crunching the ice. All right, let's go find the dice roller. I think it's like attached label. So this, I think, as I recall, attaches a moving label. I could change this. I think what's happening is we're passing in this and we're attaching a label. Is anybody else calling it the attach label? Here. This is the second piece here. But we're passing in from the C# side of things a label. We could fix it by clearing that label. That's a way to fix it. I want to look at that, but let's consider it. Here it is right here. That could fix it. Let's reset the clock, come back into combat, and clear and run. So now, Surly Dice has no label, but now I think we should see his name at the end. At least now it's all consistent. I think I'm okay with that. It's not. It's a quick fix. It's not bad. Let's bring in more players. So bring in. Let's bring in some voidlings. Let's bring in Apollo again. Let's bring in Lady Tirania 11. And we got Surly. Anybody else? Let's do Skell as well. So now we're going to get, what, about 11 D20s coming out. 12 D20s, because Fred's got advantage on initiative. So let's hit that. Here we go. Let's watch them. See how it works. I like having a dark background behind the die as they roll. So let's do it. Oh, Lady Tirania, we didn't reload, so she still got the original colors. Voidling, the pink in the Voidling's not really coming in. Oh, you know what? Because I didn't reload it either. Let's go reload that. So that, to get that dice back, I think I got to hit the reload everything. Is that right? No, I don't. I've got my button I was showing you. Get the button I was showing you earlier on the NPC monster page. Right there, that button there. Hitting that button should get the colors in, right? And so now when we roll, we should see the updated colors. There you go. So now the Voidlings are pink and purple. Lady Tirania's got a little bit of blue. It's much better. Small change, but it's good. Okay, let's go to code review. How do you do the die bouncing? I don't have a write-up on it, but I can tell you all about it. Because getting the die to roll and getting them to sound good was something we worked on. We did it here on the show. So one of the pieces that I think really sells it is the sound effects for the die rolling. Let's throw a bunch out. I'm gonna throw 50 D12s out. We'll make it acid damage, or maybe just extra. They'll just be extra, no extra damage, so no additional sound effects, just the die. So if you listen to the sounds, there's all different kinds of sounds going on there, and the sounds are actually connected. What do we have here? We can vote null. Type system in 32. The roll is null. Yeah, so the problem is we're getting data coming back. And it's because of the extra roll. I'm going to do this. I'm going to copy these details. I'm going to make a note of this, and we're going to ignore it for now. I'll take a look at that later. That's on rolling the extra dice. Rolling only extra dice. So there's an issue I want to go take a look at. All right. All right, let's do fewer dice now. Let's go like 12 d12s, and we'll do. What can I throw out? That doesn't do a lot of sound. Generic damage. Oops. All right. So how did I get the sound, and how did I make it all the sound work? I took a
61 damage.
I took a six-sided die, and I dropped it onto wood. And I dropped it onto wood from a short distance, and then a little bit taller distance, and another distance, and another distance. And I recorded those sounds. And then I attached those sounds to when the die collide. When the die collide, I attach the sound, and I check the velocity when it hits. Talking about the sound of the die, have a look at this clip I clipped last year and listen to as two die collide and one bounces up. All right, let's do that. Yeah. Nice. Look at that spin. Oh, spectacular miss with the sneak attack. Look at that spin. Look at that. Nice. Look at yeah, listen to how it. Nice. Look at that spin. Yeah, it's really good. Nice. Look at that spin. It's in the air? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's good. Nice. Look at that spin. It's really good. Oh. Okay. Yeah, it's super good. So the sounds are played when there's a collision, and so I did a bunch of those hitting the wood, and then I recorded them with the mic I used to speak. I just had it very close, and then I dropped one die onto another die, and I changed the height there as well. So we've got lots of different die sounds that are associated with different speeds. And all we're doing is when a die collides with the ground, we go to the wood sounds, and based on the speed of the collision, we play a different sound. And I even had like several. I think I had like maybe 3 varieties of each of these. And then I have also slow motion die on die sounds, where the die kind of goes like that kind of thing that die do when they're really close together, and so that was the effort. And as I recall, it all came together very quickly. It was pretty simple, and it was just basically our intention is to do this. We did it. We put it together. We listened to it, and it sounded really good. It didn't take effort. There were no bugs in it. We didn't have to come back and rewrite the code. It was something we wrote in I want to say one show, and we've been using it ever since, and it's great. So don't worry. No, how impressed I was by that clip. Yeah, so that's the thing, Surly Dev. This is what I think. Look, I'm not an expert in everything. In fact, the more you grill me and ask questions, the more you realize I don't know a whole lot, right? But the thing that I'm good at is not stopping. Well, I think it's intuitively having a sense of what the UI or what the sound, what the experience is going to look like, and then relentlessly going after that. Right? I got a disclaimer on here that the show is brought to you by...
Force and ignorance.
That's what we do on the show, right? It's the combination of ignorance, not knowing how hard it's going to be, coupled with brute force, and relentlessly attacking the problem until it's perfect, right? That's what we try to do. You know at least one more thing than us. Okay, I'm not sure what you're talking about. I don't think we can go into that right now. So anyway... all right, so I want to go look at, there was a problem I saw that I want to review the code for. On the last game, we had wild magic repeatedly rolling. It kept triggering the roll. It was in a loop, and it was a little bit frightening. It's your nightmare as a programmer, right? To realize you've got a loop somewhere in the code. It wasn't as simple as recursion. It was essentially a queuing of things and a response to what was in the queue. But there's some situations coming up. We kept thinking we needed to roll a wild magic check. I'll show you what I mean by that. If I just cast a normal spell, It's got to be a level 1 or greater spell. Let's do Ray of Frost. Is that a cantrip? Cantrip doesn't work. Thunderstep. Is Thunderstep a cantrip? Nope, level 3. So we cast this. At the end of the casting of this spell, a die roll should be queued up.
21 thunder damage.
This is like bugging me a little bit. We're seeing this more often with pieces. Alright, let's clear the dice. And as soon as we clear those die, what's happening now? Why is it clearing them? I think if I lost control here. Hold on a second. Yeah, I lost control. Oh wait, because I'm at a breakpoint now. Hold on. I didn't lose control. Alright, I'm good. Sometimes if I'm at a breakpoint for too long, I'll lose control. The signal art connection gets kind of disconnected. At this point, there should be a wild magic roll that comes out, and there's not one, right? So we've got that problem. Screech Rat! How you doing, Screech Rat? Screech Rat says, hey, y'all! How you doing, Screech Rat? I'm glad you're here. I'm doing a code review right now, trying to figure out why the wild magic check isn't happening. Well, that exception we saw certainly isn't going to be good. We need that to not throw an exception. So actually, I think I may have to look into this exception a little bit closer. NFG Codex says, any suggestions on what to look into for making my own dice animations? I've always wanted to just have a dice app. I know tons exist already that I can say I made. Okay, I guess first question is, what language is your preference in terms of writing that? And I guess I can give you an either or answer. If you're going to do it in JavaScript or TypeScript, I found an example somewhere out there. Really, from assembly to JavaScript. Don't do it in assembly, man. That scares me. I'm frightened for you. Let's see. Dice.js. Let's just try that. Nope, that's not it. Nope. Let's throw in Canon. So Canon.js is the physics engine, and 3.js is the 3D engine. Ooh, this is it. Yep, this is what I started with. That's what I started with. And let me throw that into... yeah, 3.js. I'm doing my next project entirely in what? No, you're not, Coding Gorilla. M68K assembly? What is that? Thought I copied that in the clipboard. M68K assembly? This has got to be a joke. Is this a joke? Yeah, take a look at that demo. I didn't like the NFG codex. I did not like the... I didn't like the code. I thought the code was and the code was pure JavaScript. It was hard to convert over to TypeScript. I did make some modifications to it, but in looking at it, I ended up concluding that it was... it wasn't elegant. It was hard to extend. I remember having some trouble with that. So, in fact, some of the trouble I get into is because of the original starting place for this. But the thing is I didn't know how to do 3D. I didn't know how to. I've never used Canon or 3JS before, and I really needed a jump start on it. Now that I've had some more experience in it, I'm like, it's not so hard. I'll show you something actually that was kind of cool along the way here. Go into die roller. Let's go look at walls. Red wall material. Here we go. If show walls is true, let's change this to true. I've got a note. It says here, see the note in dieroller.cshtml. That's up in my pages. What's my note up here? To drag the camera around, move the dice front canvas above the Three.js div above. So I take this and move it to here, and now I'll be able to drag the camera around. So in doing those two changes, I'm showing the walls. Check out what we can do here, and you see what's going on behind the scenes. Localhost die roller. So now I'm showing the walls. Am I not able to drag the camera down? I don't understand that part. Did I not do what it said? Did I not save it? I saved it. This front canvas above the Three.js div above. That's what I've done. Yeah, I'm not able to drag it. That's weird. Does front need to go in front of back? Well, maybe. I don't think so. But we can try that. I think I would write a different note here. But let's see what happens. Come on. Hit it. Oh wait, something's happening. No, is it? No, it's not. It's not what I'm thinking. No, I don't understand why I'm not able to move this around. And can I see in here? Body, I guess, is where I needed to open up. So something's blocking the mouse moves, I think. The die back canvas. Front canvas. Where's my Three.js? Three.js, oh, look at this. Three.js is still on top of it. So something's not working, even with the hard reload. That doesn't make sense. You know what it could be? I think it is. I think it's that, oh, I know what it is. I'm pretty sure I know what it is. So while we're running this, in order to support on the live stream, I've got this app running right here. This is the overlay manager. If I kill this, so I'm going to kill that. We're going to disconnect from the stream here for a bit. We can just close this down now. We need to kind of rebuild. Making changes, I found that making changes to these files requires a rebuild inside of here to generate the proper, so I'm going to go back here to put it just like we said, just right there. Save it, and then I think I got to do a build. There's one other app I've got to shut down though for the build to work, and it's this one right here. Shutting it down. Now we're getting disconnected. There you go. Mr. Announcer Guy says he's gone. Let's try a rebuild here. So that's starting up. There's a zoom that's I'm trying to zoom up the. There, that's what I wanted to show you. It's the progress bar right there. So it's going through. So it's working on that build. That's the only thing I don't like is it's right behind me. I suppose it's better if I just did this. There's the progress bar. So when this is done, I'm pretty sure refresh up here will work. That's what I think is going to happen. Okay, build succeeded. Now let's try a refresh. And site can't be reached. Oh, because we need to start up the other app. Okay, let's start up the apps. Start up Mr. Announcer Guy, bring him back. Start up the overlay manager. Overlay manager's next. Now refresh over here. And now try to move them around. There you go. All right, cool. So here's what's happening. When we roll the dice, this is what I've got set up for the game. I have this. What's bizarre, I'm expecting to see a wall here. There should be a wall right here. I don't see it, but it's got to be there because I've never seen the dice go out off of this edge. I feel like there's an invisible wall there that's not being drawn. But this is what's going on. So the game board looks like this. So the dice come in. So we roll the dice. Let's go ahead and roll some dice here. Let's see if this works. I think I'm going to have to restart another app. Yeah, I'm going to restart. Is the app I have to restart because I kind of disrupted the signal art connection. That wall there, something's wrong with that wall. The wall should go all the way up. So that wall corresponds to, looks like I started up 2 of these by mistake. We refresh that. And now can I roll some dice? There we go. All right. So that's what's going on there. Whoops. There's also another, you can see this is floating up in the air a little bit. Right here, there's a flat wall that goes across here. There's a flat floor, but we're not showing that. I guess what I've done is I've just said, okay, let's show the walls that keep everything, keep all the dice in check. That's what I'm doing here. So let's come in here, we'll do it again. We'll say like, we're gonna do like 10 D10s acid. And there it comes in like that. So that's what's going on there with that. Now there's actually some sandwiching effects that are happening underneath there that you can't see because we've hidden those. I'm not sure where they are actually, but I feel like we saw the fire one a moment ago. When we turn off the wall, we'll be able to see whatever those effects are. But that's kind of the secret behind the dice rolling, how I got this to work. I made this steep hill here so no die could escape, and these really tall walls here too. So when we're throwing something like 50 die in, and we're throwing those die in, we're gonna they're gonna all stay in the spaces that we want. The other thing that was tricky was getting the shadows, because I needed the shadows to come in as an alpha blended thing so that they could be a shadow over whatever was below them. That took some effort too, as I recall, and I don't remember the solution. So there, you can see the invisible floor those are all on. So it's an invisible floor with a wall right up here. So all the die just come down and eventually show up on screen, even if there's a lot of force bringing it up because of a bounce or something like that. And that's what happened. Okay, that's how we got here. All right, so let's fix that. Let's go back into overlays. Find this. Thanks for sharing that info. No worries. Turn show walls back to false. We're going to, if I do show walls to false, we're still going to have control until I rebuild. We'll still be able to have mouse control. I'm just going to do this to here for now, and we'll refresh. So we'll still get mouse control, but we're not going to be able to see the walls and the. So here's the refresh here. Let's do it again. Let's do 12 D12's acid. So now it all looks good, but I can turn sideways here and you can see what's happening here. So you can see that those acid effects are just sandwiched. They're not 3D. So it looks a little surreal. Here comes Jetsam flying in. What is this wizardry? You kind of see what's happening here, right? It's a little surreal to change all of that, but it helps you definitely see it helps you see that. Okay. Hold on, where did I lose? What just happened? Did I just totally lose it? All right. All One more time, refresh. Got some necrotic damage. Yeah, it's a little surreal to do this. So you can see the 3D of this, and as I start to rotate, you can see that the back sandwiching thing is always sandwiched behind. There's no, it's a little disruptive, but that's kind of what's going on there. Okay. Clear those dice. Okay, so why isn't, we got to go look at that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend just a little bit of time looking at that exception that we saw earlier. So I wrote down as rolling extra die, only extra dice, but we saw it as well when it casts a spell. So if I come in and say I want to, hold on 1 second. Let's recreate this here. So come in, spells. What did I cast? Thunderstep. And are we connected? I'm not seeing the. Nope. Doesn't look like it. Looks like I need to refresh. That would make sense since I tore everything out from underneath. Oh, excuse me. One more to refresh. There it is. We lost that music. We'll get the chorus music back in there to take care of us. There's the refresh. Sweet. Okay, let's do 12 d8s. Poison. Okay, that's all good. We got the exception when we were rolling.
64 poison damage.
It's not bad. Let's do only the extra dice. So let's do 5 d8 extra. Do the exception fire. No exception this time. Totally expecting to get here. Oh, because we're not running. That exception did fire, I bet. Let's take this one while we start the other. Yeah, billboarding. That's what we're using. We're using that billboarding kind of sandwiching feature there. And it works really well. Okay. One more time. 5 d8 extra. See if we can get that exception to be triggered. Okay, that's it. And the problem, I'm pretty sure, is in roll being null. Right here, as I recall. Well, wait, actually, I say it. We're not quite there yet. We're about to get it. There it is right there. Let's bring it back up here. Let's just verify that that's the problem. Come into here. Do I have an edit ability in here? No edit ability here. I don't remember what null is supposed to be. What's the exception? It's still there. Converting value null to 32. Okay, so let's just change null roll to like a 20 and edit it. Just confirm that that's the only problem we have. This one we're going to change to a 3. Enter. And let's step into that. Everything's good. Okay, so roll is the problem. We need to set that. So down. Looks like we got it again. Yep. So we got to go figure that out. Let's get rid of this dragon because it's been up for a while. What again? There we go. All right, and let's go figure that out. Go down into overlays. We want to look at roll is equal to. I think it is in dice roller. No, I think it is colon space. We're searching for. That's it, huh? Nope. Is the music not working? Oh, the Code Rush drone game layer has got to be refreshed too. There we go. There it is. So dice roll.total roll is coming back, I think, not a number or null. Here's my problem. That's what I think is the problem right there. So basically say, hey, look, if the player ID is undefined, then our total roll, nothing never gets accumulated here. I think that's my problem. So there's another continue up there. If it's already been tallied, that's okay. And if the dice no longer in play, that's okay. The main problem is here. And what we need is this thing to be increased. And where do I call tally rolls in here? Is that right? Tally totals right here. So I never will call tally totals if player ID is undefined. So I kind of have two approaches to this. One is to tally up, to basically do something like this here inside of. So one approach is like this plus whatever this is. And the other approach is instead of that, instead of both of these lines here, say something like player ID is equal to like negative 10,000 or something, you know, ridiculously large or different, or, you know, number.max or min, whatever, so that number.min max value. So like something like that. So like those are the two fixes I can imagine to this. The cool thing about this is that now the rest of this code is going to work. It's like I can't, it's a constant. Let's try it. What's interesting is I wonder if number.min value is similar to matches like int.min value or maybe float or double.min value in C#. I wonder if the numbers are similar. I'm betting they're close. All right, let's refresh it. Is there some syntax in JavaScript that allows you to check for null and set another value? Yeah, there is. I think it is, but it's where you reference it. I think it kind of looks like this, right? Yeah, I think that will overflow an int32 in C#. Oh, you think I might have a problem on bringing this back? I might get a different error. Yeah, I don't know. That's one of my options. My other option, you know, is to go back to constant here and to come in and say dice roll data plus total roll plus equal to top number. Like that. And continue. That's my other fix. I'm like, you know, quite frankly, torn between the two. Yeah. So NFG Codex is saying, here's what it looks like. Yes. The problem is so that totally works. There it is right there. The problem is that that totally works, but everywhere I reference player ID, I have to essentially do it. Or, you know, my true value, whatever that is going to be, my true value, true-ish value, truthy value, like that. I'm having a hard time typing. So that, but I have to do it everywhere. Like I do it there and there, and I really am just looking for a fix to it so that everywhere below I could then use it again, because I'm using it here, here, and here. So that's why I wanted to do this. Let's just try that. NFG Codex, I love your avatar. It looks super cool. Okay, refresh. And let's try throwing the dice out. 5d8 empty or extra. Why have you designed the brand? That's awesome. Still got a problem? Still coming back? Null? What did I do wrong? That totally feels like that should not have happened. Oh, wait. I got the old code here, still up. Let's close that one down. That could have come from here. Hold on. Just make sure it's down. Closed. Okay. So that's down now. And let's try one more time. I think it might have worked. Oh, no. Wait, well, this is coming from a different place, I think. So there's 50 die. Yep. Still didn't work. Well, my code review tells me that's where I'm exiting, so total roll. Actually, the die front overlay wasn't painting on that. Did I forget to refresh that as well? Maybe I did. Let's go back down here. Let's go look at it. Total roll. Where are you? Okay, I want to do die roll stopped. Dice roll data dot total roll. It's coming back null. Does that mean dice roll data is null? I guess I could do this. Yeah, no, I don't want that. I want to get the actual total roll. How is it not okay? Let's do this. Let's send this out. And let's see what's getting when we get the messages. So let's go back out over here. Despite the error, seeing 50 dice on the screen was pretty cool. Yeah, it's not bad. Pure C# win. Did I miss something, Pudding? We should get rid of JSES and go with C# already. All right. Let's hit the buttons. Let's go do, we're going to be sensible. We're going to throw out 50 D4s extra. 40 D4s. On 2 different screens. So, I forgot to hit inspect over here. 2 modifier is not a number. Total roll is not a number. 2, you know, I just realized we can get to total roll being not a number if we add not a number to an existing number. So we need to go check all of that. Is what we need to check. And here's my... Okay. Let's go back and review the code again. So wait, did I look and see what my total roll was not a number coming in. What's crazy is we set it here, so it's got to be in one of the add. It's got to be the top number is not a number. That's unlikely. This could be my problem. Because we do get out of the for loop, we get down into here. This could be my problem. I could say if this, else. Yeah, we're not. It's a total roll, plus the 2-head modifier. Yeah, that might do it. Let's try that. Give that a shot. Here comes some D8 piercing damage. Oh, we didn't refresh it. And I hit refresh. Button isn't working because we're at a breakpoint and we were probably long enough. That isn't going to work. Still now.
41 piercing damage.
Do we have the other one up? We do have the old one. We haven't refreshed this. Let's just close this. All right, 12, D10, poison. No,
poison damage.
Still getting it. All right. What's interesting is got that total, no problem. Oh, I know why the front dice layer aren't working, because the front dice layer is not working because of the changes we made over in this page here. That's why we're not seeing those front effects over the top of them. Yeah, this needs to be drawn after that. Okay, but I'm not going to restart everything for that issue. Here's my D&D app. I want it here. So that didn't fix it. Total bonus. that my problem? I'm going to assume that's my problem. I'm down to that. That's like one of my last shots, I think, in terms of figuring this out. At least it makes sense before I have to be stepping through the code, which I don't want to do because it's there's penalties on stepping through that code. Hold on a second. Refresh the page. There we go. Refresh you. And 12, D12, force.
Damage!
Still sending that roll back up as null. Let's look closely at it. Let's do this. What else are we modifying total row? There's one there. Total scores dot get. Wait a minute. This could be it. Well, no, because we're checking if total scores get means it's not a number, right? Can I just show my friends? So they didn't have the other bacon though. That's too bad. Hey kids. Welcome. This is what it's like to live the dream, right? I don't know if you can see this or not. This is my bacon coming in. Just only 3 packages though?
Jesus.
Okay.
Do you know how many are in our refrigerator right now? We can't have any other food for the kids. We just have one bacon tray.
That's okay. That's actually, Dr. Seuss wrote a story about this.
I'm going to go out with some friends. So goodbye.
Wait, I could end my show and be go on a day with you. Freezer. Do the best. Why not just buy the whole pig? Yeah, this is Clothing Gorilla. She only brought you a snack? All right, 3 packets. What's the value of 2-hit modifier? I think 2-hit well, you're right. Let's look at it. I didn't look at it, did I? I closed it down. Let's go look at it. Maybe that's, you're right. Maybe there's the problem. I could believe that. Refresh. Send out some die. 5d8. Extra. Oh no, I can't. There's my inspect button right there. 2-hit modifier is nan. That was it. Where are we modifying? Where are we adding this thing? All right, so let's do this. So that means one of these is failing. Okay. Yeah, so we're trying to do a get from here. Yeah, that's not working. Let's do this. We're going to change this to a let right here. We're going to set that equal to 0. And then we're going to do kind of individual checks on each one of these, I think. If this, then we're going to say change this to luck value. Might as well do the same check all the way down. Coding Girl says, so if you're checking whether the value exists in the map, you should use has. Oh. That's a great suggestion. I love it. Because is that because if it's a 0, it won't do anything, but it'll return false for get? Probably, right? Okay. Equal modifier and then skill saving modifier. And do that same kind of thing. So we kind of got this super protective code right here. And that's what I wanted there. 2-hit modifier. So now we're pretty much guaranteed of getting that coming down here. We want this gone. Okay. Hold on one second. All right, let's give it a shot. Refresh didn't work because we're just stuck here.
Out for lunch with friends. Do you want to come?
COVID? Are your friends sick? Carrying COVID?
Yeah.
Are they
I'm only
COVID
going out
carrying
with my
friends?
COVID friends.
Not my favorite.
Love it.
All right, yeah, I'll come, but give me a second. Give me a second. I'm almost done, and we'll fix this, and we'll call it a show, and then I'm gonna go get some food.
Hi, everybody.
There's Karen. All right, this I think we're gonna get rid of this. I think there's a shot of it. We got it. Let's see. Just to double check, I'm gonna refresh it. Surly's asking, how are you, Karen?
Shirley, thanks for asking. I'm perfect in every way.
She's perfect in every way, she says. All right, let's try it. 5, D8, force. We're gonna stop there.
17 force damage.
Still. Let's come over here. Oh, wait, it could be coming from this guy being open still. Let's refresh that. Do it. Hit the button to refresh the data. Oh, we're at this breakpoint. I can't hit that button until I get past it. Okay. One more time. 5d6. Fire. I want it to not hit here.
17 fire damage.
We did it. Okay, that took way too long. Thanks to the chat room. You guys helped me out. That's what I needed. Appreciate that so much.
The tech room is on fire.
You guys did it. Thank you. Let's get a raid going. Let's see. Who are we going to raid you guys out to? Who is out there? Yeah, I really like Vape Juice Jordan. Let's send you over to our good friend Bald Bearded Builder and go say hi to Triple B. And thanks so much, kids. See you, Pudding. See you, Coding Gorilla. See you, Screech Rat. Really appreciate all the feedback and assistance today. You guys totally saved my butt. Surly, thank you. Smoofy, NFG Codex, everybody else there lurking, this guy Funks, thanks so much. We'll see you tomorrow.